All day long, your brain is receiving input from the information it gathers from the world around it. From your eyes, to your ears, to your nose, to your mouth, to your entire surface of your skin. Not to mention the information it gets from the inside. Are you hungry? Are you sleepy? Are you tired? All of those signals are sent to your brain, and your brain has to process them. Now, we can all be standing in the same room and receive the exact same information. For instance, somebody walks in with a lobster, and the smell wafts through the room. Everybody in the room smells it, but not everybody in the room smells it to the same degree or with the same amount of pleasure. I hate the smell of fish. Ugh. Any sort of seafood, it's gross. But other people love it and think that it smells delicious. I can't imagine putting a piece of lobster in my mouth, while other people would call it a delicacy. How our brain processes information is very complex, and how we feel about it is very complex. Most humans, regardless of where they fall on any spectrum, experience shutdowns to some degree. We get overwhelmed in our work week, going from Monday through Friday, where Monday we might feel extremely refreshed, and by Friday we are ready to clock out. When I first started examining autism, I thought, I'm not sure I have anything like a shutdown. Sure, I get tired and I get overwhelmed, but I don't really just shut down. Not unless I'm really depressed. But I've gotten depressed a lot. As I got closer to a diagnosis, I realized that I do, in fact, experience shutdowns quite regularly. But I would call my shutdowns, by and large, high-functioning shutdowns. For instance, when we have our phone and our battery is dying, if we know that there's a charging station nearby, we might not worry about it. If we're able to charge our phone quickly, soon, we don't worry about whether or not we're going to lose our battery. But if we're out in the middle of nowhere and we know it's 5 hours to the closest plug, most of us are going to probably conserve our battery energy. Maybe we won't log on to Facebook or take that picture. Maybe we won't send that text. We'll take our time and make sure that we have our battery. Now, those of us who maybe don't have enough foresight might just burn through it quickly. The people who just burn through it quickly, I would view those people to be the ones that have the shutdowns quickly, fast. But for those of us who have the benefit of having high functioning autism, we have the cognitive ability to see and understand what is happening and coming upon us. And we start to conserve our energy. We start to disengage with people. We start to shorten our sentences and pull back on our forced eye contacts. Our mask might drop a little bit, and we might turn off the lights, dim the noise, whatever it takes. For me, it means that I get quiet. I pull back. I disengage from the world around me. I show up and I don't talk to people. I'm just present. My body is there. I'm going through the motions. I am, in fact, conserving every energy. I'm reducing the amount of input that my senses are receiving, the amount of input my brain is receiving, and yet still able to function in my daily tasks. That way, I don't experience a full shutdown. I don't end up in my bed under the covers, hiding from all the noise, the lights, or the sounds. Because I am expected on a daily basis to continue with my tasks. I am considered high functioning. That means that I can't just shut down. I have to keep going. So I found ways to cope throughout the years. I just didn't realize that that's what I was doing, that I was, in fact, cruising toward shutdown mode. And every once in a while, I'd fail to conserve, or it would just get to be too much. And then I would find myself in bed, depressed, unable to get my energy back, simply because I had completely been overwhelmed. There was one time I was out with my sister-in-law, and she had my niece, and my niece did not really want to be in a swimming pool at that time. She was little, and my sister-in-law was trying to do the thing of introducing her to the pool slowly. My niece, like so many kids I've seen done in similar situations, actually just laid her head down and went to sleep. It was a form of just complete shutdown, disengagement from the world around. Many of us do this. We just go to sleep. That is a shutdown. That is a form of just disengaging from the world. So what I experience isn't usually just completely shutting down. What I experience looks like I'm just being rude. Looks like I'm not talking to you or thinking about you. Looks like I'm not remembering your birthday or the holidays or the upcoming tasks that I agreed to do. It looks like not returning texts. It looks like not answering phone calls. It looks like me limiting, subconsciously or consciously, the energy that's going into my body so that I can get through the daily tasks, because I don't know where the next charging station is, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to fill my battery up. So I just keep plugging along at very minimal mode. That is my high functioning shutdown.